each and every one of you for being here. You know, Women's Equality Day takes place on August 26th. And it commemorates, and it's on one of the boards and it's in the book, the 1920 adoption of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. And this amendment prohibits states and federal government from denying the right to vote to citizens of the United States based on sex. And thanks to each and every one of you for being here today. The celebration is really about this commemorative book, and it's dedicated, I think to my mother right now. My mother passed away when I was young, but we've all had women that have played a role in our lives, in our communities, and in our country, and that's what it's really about. The Lieutenant Governor is in traffic. It's supposed to be on the way, so what I'd like to do is call up David Sheehan of the Norfolk County Sheriff's Department, who's going to lead us in the posting of colors. And I want to thank not only all the officers and David, but also Sheriff Patrick McDermott, who's here. Pat McDermott used to work at the Registry, believe it or not, and on to bigger and better things. But I want to thank him for making sure that the Norfolk County Sheriff's Department is here and to be part of this ceremony. So to those that can, please stand, and David can lead us in the posting of colors. At this time, and they're going to do a little set after the Pledge of Allegiance, but for the national anthem, we're lucky to have some special talent here singing to us here today. They were warming up the crowd, and I really want to thank these Norwood High students because classes are back in. They're from my hometown of Norwood, the Norwood High Magical Choir. I see some alumni from that choir. So I want a special thank you to the teacher and the high school choir director and the fine arts head is here. But Jennifer Hartnett, she's the one that pulls it all together. She's a coach, and she coaches one of the best singing groups, I think, in the state. So the Norwood High Magicals, again, are going to sing the national anthem, they'll do a Pledge of Allegiance, and then they'll do some more singing for us. But if we could give them a nice round of applause. And if you ever get a chance to take that tour, these were grounds walked on by Abigail Adams. There's a storyboard about her and two presidents. The second president of the United States, John Adams, and the son of John and Abigail Adams, the sixth president of the United States, John Quincy Adams. And I'd like you to welcome the superintendent of the Adams National Park, She's a friend. She's a real nice person, Marianne Peak. And Marianne has worked some 39 years for the Park Service and is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Marianne?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now is the month of May, when Mary lets our play. La 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 la. Each with his body last, a dancing on the grass. La 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 la. The springtime all in gladness doth laugh at winter's sadness. La 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 la. And to the bagpipe sound, the nymphs tread on their ground. La 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 la. I then my sit we musing, you sweet delight refusing. La 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 la. Say dainty nymphs and speak, shall we play barley brick? La 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 la. Say dainty nymphs and speak, shall we play barley brick? La 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 la.
We got it. Okay. Outstanding.
America, but what's here in Norfolk County. As you can see, there's a lot of history. There's over 42,000 books. You can see some of them around here, millions of land records that you see. And again, a lot of the storyboards and what came out of this book is really from the records here at the Norfolk Registry of Deeds. And we attributed a few years back when we were the first registries in New England, some say in America, where we transcribed over 450,000 documents from the handwritten cursive from 1793 to 1900 into easy-to-read text. And when we were doing this History Comes Alive project, all of a sudden you start looking at the records and seeing all the history that's here. And that's why I really love doing these books. And again, I hope everyone today takes the book. And we've done others, they're at the front, but today's book was a labor of love. And again, we're so lucky in a few moments for today's speaker, which is the Lieutenant Governor, Kimberly Driscoll. But before we hear from the Lieutenant Governor, there's a few thank yous I have to attend to, and so if you could just bear with me. First of all, an event like this doesn't come about, unless you have a great staff, without a great staff, and I got a great staff, so a big thank you to the registry staff and the registry maintenance department for fixing up the building. One of the registry stakeholders said that the Norfolk Registry of Deeds is the gold standard of Massachusetts registries. I have my own opinion that we're the best registry in the state, and again, it's not the gold standard, without the staff that does it every day. And again, I want to thank the registry staff, past and present. The number of registry staff came here, and I want to again thank all the staff, past and present, for what they did for the Norfolk Registry of Deeds and what they continue to do. So thank you. And again, I'd like to acknowledge some of the people that are here who actually are part of the book, our commemorative book. And a lot of people sent their regrets, but I'd like to thank the people that showed up for their interest and efforts. One person in the book who's here today is Ollie Abdallah. She was the first woman elected to the Norwood Board of Selectmen back in 1962. So society really is coming on. Of course, Ollie is with her sister Helen Abdallah Donahue, and she's a long-time elected select person in Norwood as well. So. Who's in the book, who took the time to be here. She grew up in Millis. She's an author. She's an illustrator. Lisa Graves. Lisa's right here. Thanks for making the time to be here. I do want to thank the community media. That's what it's about. That's covering the event. I'd like to thank Rental Cable Access with producer Tom O'Brien and executive director Liz Hawkins. I also want to thank BCAM TV, that's Braintree Community Access Media. David Maybrook is filming, and executive director Wes Ray. We have Patrick Zisk from the Walpole Media is here today, as well as the Needham channel, Ashley Julia. She's the director of news and public affairs. And I cannot forget my hometown, Norwood Community Media. We have Ron Marshall, who's always out there in Norwood and other events filming. And thank Jack Tolman, the manager, and his team. So thanks to the community media. Again, the Registry of Deeds is an arm of government. We work with many levels of government. Some of whom are represented here today. There's town and city governments, there's county, state, and federal partners of government. I certainly thank everyone for taking the time to be here, and try to just recognize some of the people. State Senator Becca Rouse said she would be here, but we also have Senator Mike Rush here. I have to recognize State Representative Paul McMurtry of Dedham. A few years ago, he sponsored and helped push through legislation that allowed the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds to be the first registry in Massachusetts back in 2017 to record land court documents over the internet, to record them electronically. And And now, today, all 21 registries in Massachusetts can do this. So again, Paul maybe the next book, this person will be in it. She's a notable mayor, not a notable, but also notable. She's the first woman mayor of Braintree. Thank her for being here. Mayor Erin Joyce. And again, I'd like to thank for the county, Norfolk Sheriff Pat McDermott. You know, Pat's a great singer, so we'll hear from him later. Can't compete with the Madrigals, but don't tell him that. But he was nice enough, and he will lead us at the end of the ceremony. County Commissioner Richard Stady took the time to be here. Karen Price, who's the Needham's representative to the Norfolk County Advisory Board, along with, again, Helen Abdallah-Donahue, who is Norwood's representative to the Norfolk County Advisory Board. Jeremy Gay, the superintendent of the Aggie School. And again, because we're here at the Norfolk Registry of Deeds, I think my fellow registers give you some leeway to say this is the best. I still think it is. But if we were out in Pittsfield, I know they'd say the Berkshire Middlesex Registry is the best. And I don't know if she got here, but Patsy Harris was coming in from Berkshire County, and I thank her so much. But we have others. If we were in the city of Worcester, you know, we would say the Worcester Southern Registry of Deeds is the best registry. And so I'd ask you to recognize Kate Toomey, who is the We have Fran Brooks. Fran came here from Berkshire. She was a former register from Berkshire North Registry. And
He's a good register. You can be very proud of him. He's really a nice friend. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
And from Bristol County, down in New Bedford, Sherry Mello, Register of Deeds. Again, thanks. We'll quickly do local people. Joanna McBrien, she's the executive director of the Dedham Historical Society and the Dedham Museum, which is right down the street if you ever get a chance to visit there. From my hometown, I see two select persons, Bill Plasko and Mike Sad. Kevin Doyle and his team from Franklin, the Franklin Assessor's Office, thanks so much for coming by. Patty Mullen, Milton Town meeting member. Paula Morse from the Cohasset Historical Society. Freddie Kay, she's a Dedham resident, but she's the president of the Massachusetts Women's History Center. We're lucky to have her here today. Sarah Jennings from the Norfolk Housing Authority. We got Raymond Rose from the Rentham Parks manager. And I know he's retired, but he always tried to be nice to the police, especially driving through Norfolk. But we have his chief, Bill Brooks. He's the retired chief. And another good friend who does so much in the community, especially the Braintree community, Ann Tolan. She's the director of the Marge Crispin Center in Braintree. Ann, thank you so much. And then another friend, she was here from the Registry's Veteran Book Celebration. And again, someone from the Lieutenant Governor's Cabinet, Secretary John Santiago was the speaker, and did a great job. But Jeanette Rose Gutschall, she's a Gold Star from Gold Star Wives of America, a Gold Star person from Weymouth, right here. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the main speaker, who is again gracious enough to come to this celebration. Kim Driscoll is the 73rd Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. She was sworn in on January 5th, 2023. She and Governor Maura Healey are the first all-woman executive team to lead Massachusetts. And since taking office, the Lieutenant Governor Driscoll has spearheaded a lot of the administration's proposals and initiatives. Prior to taking in office, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll served as the City of Salem's first mayor, and she's also a graduate of Salem State University, and she earned a law degree from the Massachusetts School of Law. And again, the Lieutenant Governor was kind enough to come here today, and without further ado, I give you...
Good afternoon, everyone. What a pleasure to be with everyone to celebrate this important milestone. I'm really so thrilled to be able to join you to recognize the shoulders that I stand on, that Governor Gilley stand on. We are the first all-female team, not just in Massachusetts, but in the country. And we beat out another governor, lieutenant governor, by about 18 minutes, and we're claiming that title. Somebody had to be first. We're certainly glad it was us. But honestly, we really stand on the shoulders of so many women who came before us, who took on tasks, who took on leadership roles at a time that it probably was much more difficult. We're joined by some of them today, so I want to say with gratitude to those of you who are here, who are serving in local government and county government, who did so early on. My good friend Erin, the first female mayor in Braintree. Our delegation is here. We have an excellent delegation, both with Paul McMurtry and Senator Rush, always really actively helping us ensure that we know what the needs are here. And Bill, for your leadership, it really means something. I love that this volume is dedicated to your mother and to your grandmother. It really means something that these stories are told, that they're not forgotten, who individuals were, who sometimes led simple lives but did extraordinary things, and set up the foundation that myself, the young women who were here, who were singing earlier, and future generations can really build on. Thank you for inviting me, but more importantly, thank you for doing this work. It's vital. It's been a long time since I've been in this registry of deeds. I say I'm a recovering lawyer. Laura and I say we're recovering lawyers now because we don't practice law anymore. But I did a fair amount of real estate law in private practice before becoming the mayor of Salem. And I've been in this registry numerous times for conveyancing, running down title issues, things like that. I have to say to you and your staff, it has never looked better. It's bright, it's clean, it's amazing. And, you know, there was a time when registries, I used to say they were like ant farms. People were here all the time, researching, like you had people who this was their office, right? Researching titles, doing all that work. Some of that's changed over the time because we now have electronic records and it's just easier to look up what you need to look up and do that not from this space. But when I look around this room and you see the volumes of records, to me, they're not just records. They're stories in an estate that has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to history. I was the mayor of Salem. I mean, we had some pretty amazing history. We weren't so great to women in 1692, for sure, a small blip. But we have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to stories and people. And that means sometimes we lose some of the real attributes that people have brought to our communities, to our Commonwealth, and frankly to our country, given our role in American history in Massachusetts. And so when you have work going on in this county that's pulling out the individuals who live here, who have roots here, and you're using records that might seem pretty basic, real estate transactions, things that may have uncovered, but you're using that to tell their stories of what it meant in a meaningful way to their community, contributions. I mean, we have superstars throughout this entire booklet, names that you know and names that you don't know. And that's why it's so important that we're here today to celebrate this. Families and generations rely on registries. Whether it's doing your genealogy, tracing your roots, they rely on buildings like this to help know what happened, what transpired. Bill's making it pretty easy for all of us to know what transpired, not only in capturing these stories and talking about them, but doing it in an easy-to-read fashion. These are snippets that you can share with individuals, highlighting their recognition for the work they're doing in this county. And I hope you can feel it. Right now, I think there's a lot of people in government who want you to believe out of Washington that like government doesn't matter, there isn't a role, it's a barrier, it's something to get over. And I really feel like in our state, we've more than proven that government is a thing that actually removes barriers and opens doors and helps people to move ahead. Whether it's the young folks we saw here who, thanks to our partnership with the legislature, we're able to invest mightily in education. You know, Massachusetts is the #1 state for public education. State that has the most adults with college degrees. #1 state for healthcare. #1 state for innovation. Just ranked the best state economy. The safest state to live in. The best state to raise a family. Now, these aren't made up accolades. This is recognition that we have garnered over the last year and a half And it's, I think, because of government investments, whether it's in education, whether it's early child care. Right now, we have community college available to anyone who wants to go for free. We've had 15,000 new people attend community college in the last year, opening up economic mobilities, opening up opportunities for the next generation to land in one of these volumes. And I say that to you because we're in a government building right now, and we're using technology, so it may not be as busy as it is every day. We're doing something pretty important, capturing records for real estate purposes, critical, and also building that pipeline of history and stories and opportunities for us to ensure, as we think about this work, that we're also mindful of the impacts it has on the last generation. For those of us who are from Massachusetts, I definitely think this is the best state to live in. I'm here now. I came here to go to college and never left, but I didn't grow up in Massachusetts. In fact, both the governor and myself did not grow up in Massachusetts. She grew up just over the line in New Hampshire. I'm a Navy brat. I was born in Hawaii, and we lived in lots of different places. I came to Massachusetts to go to college. I was lucky enough to land in Salem, a great city, amazing history, very diverse, very welcoming. I fell in love with the city, fell in love with my husband, and we stayed. My husband, who I should say, Paul knows this, is a Dedham native. The Driscolls, right down near Brookdale. And I do think there's something different about Massachusetts. One, I think every day we make the impossible possible. We are number one in the life sciences industry. 18 of the 20 top life sciences companies in the world have their headquarters or outposts here. There are 6,000 clinical trials going on every single day in our Commonwealth designed at creating life-saving drugs and treatments and therapies to save lives and improve the quality of life. That doesn't happen anywhere. It started because of an investment made by Governor Patrick with the help of the legislature in life sciences. So in my estimation, government really matters. And Massachusetts is a place that's proven that time and time again. Now, while the rest of the country will be celebrating the 250th anniversary of America's independence in 2026, the quadricentennial, rolls right off the lips, doesn't it? Massachusetts started our celebration 2 years ago with the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. That was us, the original disruptors, the original troublemakers, ensuring that we were finding ways to express our displeasure with what was happening in England. And then earlier this year, many of us may have been at Lexington. Anybody at Lexington or Concord earlier this year at 5 of them? Thank you, one person. We're better patriots than everybody else, that's what I think. But it was actually pretty special to be there. Because when you think about it, these were ordinary people, farmers, merchants, shopkeepers, laborers, who risked life and limb and took on the greatest military empire known to mankind at the time. And they did it based on an ideal. This idea that we have self-governance and democratic principles and fundamental freedoms. It's pretty remarkable what we're able to celebrate 250 years later. And the roots of that started in this place where we all live, with people who just cared about each other, just believed in collective action. And so the governor and I feel really grateful to be in these roles. It's a great privilege to serve as your lieutenant governor. And I know Maura believes it's a great privilege to serve as governor in a place that's given back so much to us, but more importantly, it's given back so much to this country. We have always been a beacon. What we've done, other states have followed. And we'll be that beacon now. I think we'll be that backstop at times as well, as we're in some uncertain times. Because we really believe it's our job not just to celebrate that history, but to live up to it. For government to matter in people's lives. And being here today is about capturing the history of the women who played a meaningful role in this county, and capturing those stories and building upon them for the next generation, and frankly for those of us that have the strength, the courage, the conviction, the reminder that we can do hard things when we come together. I firmly believe this is a state that makes the impossible possible. People who care about getting better. We don't rest on our laurels. We're always looking to continuously improve. I'm proud to be part of it, and I'm proud to be here to celebrate these stories, to highlight the women that came before us, And this is volume 4. There's going to be a volume 5. So I'm trying to make my way to sneak in there. I've got roots in Norfolk County. I guess they're not close enough. But most importantly, I want to just really celebrate not only the women who are here today, the stories that are being told in this volume, but the work that we do collectively to make Massachusetts the best place to live. And it's people like you, Bill, who aren't afraid to roll up your sleeves, make sure we don't lose track of this history, the little known facts and the ones, the names that you know and you recognize right away. And that's what makes us special. Collective action, caring about each other, continuously getting better, and not just celebrating that history, but living it. So thank you for the invitation and for all you're doing. Congratulations on this.
And the crowd goes absolutely.
John Adams.
You know what? I just,
Mr. Adams.
Before, thank you, Bill. I appreciate the opportunity to come and sing a little bit one of my favorite songs.
There you go.
But I noticed in the audience too, I just wanted to bring, we're celebrating women here today.
Thank you.
And I want to just recognize a woman who played an unbelievable role throughout my career. We served in kind of parallel universes together. Both served up in the Massachusetts State Senate as legislative aides. Both served on the Quincy City Council, different times. Both served here at the Registry of Deeds, different times. And for years spent many a night at meetings throughout Norfolk and Plymouth Senate District as my cohort in crime from the Democratic State Committee and my very big influence in my life, Alicia Gardner. My singing over the course of time, so if she can handle it, you guys can handle it too. So please join me in singing of God Bless America. As the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with life from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
If we all could please stand for the retirement of colors, and again, thank you very much.